You're the cup, yeah. But it's just like, wow, like, yeah, you can't be burnt out. You're burnt out on fire, trying to keep everybody else warm. We're literally on fire. And so we got to, and it's just as important as feeding the kids. Kalani, that was my takeaway. You know, we don't make it seem like it is, but it really is. It's just as important. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what you have to understand is that, as we've said so many times tonight,
I'm up here watching the live. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you, but no, I can't see you.
You can't see me? Okay, so I'm doing too much. Okay, well, now I'm saying I'm doing too much because I got on Zoom and YouTube, but usually I have Zoom on my phone, so I think I'm just doing too much, but I'm gonna let it rock. As long as you can hear me, I feel like that's cool.
That's good because is YouTube live? Which one you want?
Yeah, I'm live. Like, but like I say, it don't matter. Because plus two with Zoom, I can actually talk back and forth with you. You know what I'm saying? YouTube,
you can't on YouTube.
Not like this. You know what I'm saying? Not in real time.
What? It's a thing. What did they just tell me?
Yeah, like a rest stream or something like that. Restream or something.
Yes.
Yeah, though. Hold on. I ain't even clicked into. I ain't tapped into that yet.
Is it an app?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I ain't done it yet. I haven't really. I haven't felt the need to do it. Let me say that.
Just told me about it. Literally.
Yeah. Well, and plus too, like I said, YouTube is for like the playback. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh my God.
I know it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. And then too, they can hear you. If I'm not mistaken, they can probably hear you on the playback.
My apologies.
You straight? No, what you apologizing for? Oh. You wild, yeah. No. Oh, I needed that laugh, yo. I needed that laugh. Today, I got home and I had to work on my website for my other business, Mommy's Corner with Ashley, right? And it's the reason why I put that off every time because I be on there for hours, and it's like I don't know what I'm doing, even after 4 years of having the same thing. Like, it's the crazy. Yeah, man. Like, I really feel like I just wasn't doing nothing. I'm just playing around with buttons and stuff. Like, it was just tripping me out.
It's a learning curve for everything.
Yeah. And everybody like, oh, well, invest in yourself and have somebody else do it. I'm like, but look, though, like, come on. You can't pay. Like, when you just starting, you can't do that all the time. Let me say that.
I don't think you're supposed to. I think there is a natural learning curve, and then when you get to a certain point, then other people are like, hey, I see you doing this, I see you doing that.
Right.
Because I have a friend who does YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And she literally told me that this is like her first month of being monetized.
That's good.
And she's been seeing results. Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. Yes.
And she's excited.
Yeah, as she should be. Because it's not the same. I mean, because you got to think, YouTube's been around for a long time. After they changed their requirements for monetization, it became a little harder for a lot of people. And then it's a lot of people that's on a platform now. So that's always a good thing. You got to think, shoot, I've been on Mommy's Corner for since 2018. That's when I was kind of just starting. But I was never consistent. Like, never consistent. So consistency, I'm still working on. But that's a good thing. That's good for her, for real. Let me take this out.
I'm very proud of her. She's like, bro, I got a month. She's like, I got her check this month. I'm like,
that's what's up. Okay.
And she let it build up.
Yes.
So that was really so. You had talked before. I have a couple of business ventures that I'm still going to get into. However, the main one that I'm going to focus on right now
is going to be more so towards the entertainment because it's the low cost and high return.
Right.
And she's going to actually help me get into that with the YouTube and the podcast type stuff.
That's what's up. For sure.
So I'm kind of excited because I told her, like, hey, girl, be great. I was like, listen, I try to do my best. You know what I'm saying? Show a couple shout out when she posts. I comment, I engage, I share it. Just like I do with your shit.
Right.
Like that's how people figure shit out. The long and short of it is, she said once she was like, it doesn't matter if I'm settled or if I'm starting. I said it does because I don't like when friends try to get information from you before you can get your feet wet. Like be a friend, bitch. Just let me grow for a minute before you ask, can you put me on?
Right.
Real.
Right. Let me know what I'm doing.
Yeah, support me. Now. Don't you want to see me be great? Yeah, let me do what you're doing. Goddamn. Can you not?
Right. I don't know what I'm doing.
So it's just a difference in people. And now she's like, you know what? She had kind of fell off for a hot second because she needed to go back to the lab.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
what we talked about that before.
Yeah.
That's necessary sometimes.
Always. Because like for me, my attention span is short, and if it's not good, then I gotta fall back a week or two. Yeah. But I come right back. You know.
And that's what she did.
It's important.
Came back, dropped 3-4 videos, boom, boom, boom. I said, that's what I like to see. If she has this thing that she says, it's like her slogan. She's like, yeah, and don't miss out on any more videos. And I love it. And I told her today, I said, girl, I'm so proud of you. And I'm not missing out on any more new videos. She said, no, you're not. So I was just excited for her.
That's what's up. And you know what? I know we talked about this before. Celebrating those small wins, Ty. Like celebrating small wins. You know,
the little ones count because it gets you closer to the bigger goal.
Right. And you know, like I said, we talked about this before, but like I still have a hard time with that. And it's like sometimes I don't even pay attention to if it's a win or not. Like I don't even know what it feel like for like for real. Like I think when we it's gotta get it. Always grinding, keep moving, keep being consistent. It's like that they don't tell you how to slow down or when to slow down. What's a win? You know? I didn't even talk about my first year in business. That was in January of this year. I didn't talk about that because it was just another work day, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't talk about it.
To me, it wasn't. I told you my first year. I said I was about to give up on this shit. I was like, I'm about to have a dinner. I'm about to have a classy dinner with some people that I love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I love can't always be close. So the ones that are close, I'm like, if y'all can catch a couple, you know, take an hour or two out of your busy schedule, sit down and have, you know, a little drink with me. And honestly, that wasn't. It was nice to be able to do that with other people.
Right.
But honestly, even if I had to do it by myself,
true.
I was just proud of me for seeing something through and not giving up and trying my absolute best.
Girl.
Through loss.
Right.
Through
okay.
Breathing.
Yeah.
Through new jobs. Through old jobs. Through children. Through life. Just fucking living, being a woman. It's like I needed to just celebrate me for a moment. And I was grateful that I had people who was team my nickname Amber.
right. You already know. Exactly. And so I was talking to James, my husband, for the replays. And I'm like, you know what's crazy? My anniversary for Mommy's Corner is coming up next week.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna celebrate a little bit. Tomorrow I'm gonna get my hair done.
Yes.
And I love getting my hair did. Like that's one of my like I love when people play in my hair type of thing. Like I don't you're a tight silhouette. Lay down, boo. Lay down, baby. Good night. Because we already said our prayers, okay? Look,
okay, hi,
We already said our prayers, so it's time for bed. Usually when he calls me and he laying in my bed, he about to go to sleep. But
the vibe. It's like,
yeah, because last night,
playing.
last night he did it, and next thing I know, he was knocked out. So that means he's almost there. But yeah. So tomorrow I'm getting my hair done. I got a couple errands to run. Yes, Titus. This weekend is my self-care weekend anyway, so it was kind of perfect timing in a sense. Now he wilding.
Noise. He said, "Yeah, I'm in the room.
Okay.
You're not gonna put me down."
Oh, most definitely, yeah. You hear what I'm saying. And two, today, like I said, when I was kind of messing with my website, I uploaded 3 different products, digital downloadable products.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm on prep. Oh,
nope, not even that. Not even prep though. I ain't even dropped that on them.
Okay.
I kind of, did a little subtle hint in my bio for my Notary Instagram page, but for Mommy's Corner, honestly, I had some of these products for a minute, but I kept revamp. Me too. I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I'm about to revamp. I'm shutting it down. Like I'm Diddy. Look, I'm shutting down the studio. I gotta redo. I gotta revamp. So instead of going through my self doubts like I've always done, and it's just like what, this is my work. I'm proud of it. I like the way it looks. I feel like it's helpful. I'm about to put this shit out. I'm tired of not making money. I'm tired of it just sitting there. Like no, I'm about to put it out. So I got 3 new products out for that business, and we about to make some fucking money, yo. I'm not playing. Like I do well for my notary services or whatever, and I even got some stuff coming up on that with some marketing and everything. But like my 2 other businesses, we about to make this money. Like I'm not about to be playing, recession or not, if it's coming or not, it don't matter. I believe in God, and I got dreams and goals, and we about to make this money. I can't keep playing.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
During this pandemic, please and thank you. During this pandemic has been some of the most money that I've made as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And this is when people are saying you're not gonna make anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's very spot on for you to say, recession or not, like no matter my circumstance or what's going on, you have to make a goal and stick to it. And I commend you for that. And stay with that same energy. Please keep that, because I'm not gonna lie, when I noticed, and I wonder if this is a good thing, I'm not sure, but it's something that I've noticed. Mm-hmm. So if I'm doing a business venture and it's like, okay, it's going good, I'm on into it.
Right.
To say that I'm not focused on my other business ventures, but that's where my energy is, because that's where my income is coming from. So for me, I noticed when it starts to taper off a little,
mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay.
Hello?
This is something that's cute. I have another business venture and I'm trying to get into. This one is tapering off. Let me not necessarily stop focusing my attention towards the one that's tapering off, but let's give it a little bit of for the one that can potentially bring in, some more prospects or more attention. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but I kind of been noticing like to just keep going.
That's it.
Because quite often I notice if it's like I was saying, if something's tapering off, I don't know about other entrepreneurs, but it can be very disheartening.
Yes, it is. And that's the biggest thing that, you see. I follow a lot of people on Instagram, kind of motivational, inspirational. And it's just keep going. Like, do you have that gusto to keep going when all is going wrong? A lot of us don't. Shit, me included, like, nah. Let me find something else, But it's all about having that gusto. But when it comes to having several businesses, it's about time management too, though. time management, and then your SOPs. Shit. Girl, I forgot the shit already, but I remember the acronym. That's for sure. But oh yeah, your standards of procedures, like if I got all this done, like I know what to do every day when I come in this thing, So again, time management, and then your processes, you'll be in pretty good standards, but it's still that consistency that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? So
for example, the beauty business that I haven't. I've been doing it. I dealt with a loss recently, so as you know, because you've dealt with this before, I just had to refocus some things to next week and the week after, right?
Right.
But I'm still doing my best to try to stay consistent with my marketing, regardless of how I'm dealing with my emotions or the things that I'm trying to kind of stabilize around me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can see from my posts, I did too. I'm like, you know what? I'm going through some things, but I'm gonna still try to post something that's.
Yes, you're consistent. I believe that consistency is key for the algorithms, though.
It is. It definitely is. But I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying to continue to motivate myself to just do. I'm not always a doer. I'm a dreamer by nature. I'm just a natural dreamer. I'm a sleeper. I'm an empath. I'm an introvert. I be chill. Like I'll just be chill. So now as I'm getting older, I just gotta do. I have to do more. I have to do more. So for a lot of us, this is new. Entrepreneurship is new. Learning, the businesses in and out, it's new to us. And so we just can't give up. That's for sure. We can't give up. We got babies, we got families. We just can't give up. We just can't give up.
No, that's the other thing too. I noticed.
I can't hear you.
What about now? Is that a little better?
There you go.
Okay, so I follow a lady. Her name is Coach Slurmy.
Right, for sure.
Okay, cool. She's a really big influencer. Everybody might not be hip to her, but I love the way that she incorporates real life experiences or scenarios in her teaching methods to encourage people and motivate them to move forward.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily take away from the fact that there's going to be ups and downs, but she's saying, well, what are you more focused on?
Right.
Is this dream, you're bringing into a reality going to be something you'll be consistent with? Are you being kind to yourself? How are you operating?
Right.
You have to assess, divide, conquer. Like, she really will get with you.
Now you know what
and
I
like her.
I do too. I mess with her. I ain't like a super fan or nothing because I done seen some drama that kind of happened recently that was a little too much.
I saw some drama
that was a lot. But you got to think. She still got the hood sense. Like she still got that street smarts, and it's like you ain't gonna come across me no type of way. I don't care who you are or none of that. But I get what you're saying. Like she don't definitely give it to you. But I have seen her growth. Like I've seen her growth over the years for sure. Like I've been following her for a little minute, but I've seen her growth over the years, and a lot of people can't take her, and that's okay. But she not gonna sugarcoat nothing for you at all. She ain't gonna sugarcoat it. So I definitely appreciate her for sure for sharing her story. Her upbringing into now.
I like her transparency.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. And like I said, I don't rock with everything from everybody because not everybody is perfect. You just take what you can, and you never know what goes on behind closed doors. But again, the transparency is definitely what she has, what she tries to show people. But like I said, she done came up and she's changed too. She's grown over the years, so I definitely give her props for that for sure. For sure. So let me get through this fourth chapter, right? So Think and Grow Rich. When I first started this book maybe 2 or 3 times, Ty. Like,
Okay, the phone did cut off a little bit.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm on chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich. I've been trying to read this book for a couple years now. Okay, this was probably about my fourth.
It's just giving me a little robot voice.
Yes, it's almost like what's that book we read? What did we read? That first book we read. What is it? I know that's wild.
I know what you're talking about. I forget the name of it though.
I want to. Well, girl, I want to say Tabernacle, but I know.
Now you get messy. Now you get messy.
I want to say Tabernacle. What is that?
Not Tabernacle.
Yeah.
What is that? Because they were speaking in like old timey language. Remember?
Oh God! What the 7? No,
they were speaking in a lot of therefore thou thous.
For sure. And I didn't even write this down. I'm looking at my notes. Anyway, it's giving me that. Okay, it's giving me. I don't say Babylon. What is it? I don't know. That's close though, right?
Come on, it's giving me that.
I can't think of it, yo. That's wild.
You are funny.
Anyway, so Think and Grow Rich is written back in like the early 1900s, right? So it's not a bad book, honestly. Now that I'm reading it, you definitely have to take it one chapter at a time. Like in the foreword and introduction, author says, look, you can't ingest all of this in one sitting. You know, definitely, if you're gonna follow what I'm saying, he's saying, look, read one chapter a week, try to discuss it amongst people, so you can really digest it and apply it to your life. So now that I'm reading it now, I'm like, okay, it ain't that horrible as I thought it was.
Okay.
But I'm on chapter 4. So I only think about this chapter 4, what I was looking at. It's like he goes back into chapter 2, pulls out some of that information, and then add a couple more steps. So I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Let me say that. You shouldn't do that. So for those who've been following me back on the replay, I know y'all gonna watch me on the replay. For y'all who've been, who's reading with me, make sure you're taking your notes, okay? Because I don't want you all confused. Just make sure you're taking your notes and you're reading it very thoroughly, okay? That's the only thing. Yeah, like that's the only thing. Yeah, I mean, shit. And then two Tasha, she won't hear. I don't want to just be talking just to talk. Let me say that. I don't want to talk.
No, absolutely.
Okay, so basically, you have to have a burning desire. Whatever goal or dream that you have, obviously you have to do it. You have to have small steps to work your way up to that goal. But like we just talked about, you have to be consistent, but you have to have a burning desire internally. Like you have to have this burning desire that no matter what happens, I am going to achieve this goal regardless. I don't care what happens, how I get there, what turn I take, I'm going to achieve this goal. Okay. And so the author back in chapter 2, he talked about writing a definite plan or definitive plan. And it has to, and he wants you to read it out loud in the morning and at night, basically like affirmations, right? But yeah, so the repetition, however, he says you have to mix emotion and faith. Like you have to feel it, like you have to believe it, type of thing. And I thought that was, interesting because a lot of times we just say stuff. We say stuff and we might not even mean it, but we're like, well, I just know I'm supposed to say it. I just know I'm supposed to, speak into the universe. That's the whole thing now. But like the author is saying, like you have to feel it Otherwise, you won't experience the results. Okay. And so
I absolutely agree with that. That's necessary. Speak with
yeah,
intention. That's what it sounds like to me.
right. True indeed. Intention. He said, and then concentration. He said, close your eyes and fix your mind on the exact amount of money you desire, physical appearance. What does it look like? What does it feel like? But he says, don't worry about how you're going to get it. Just focus first on what you desire. And obviously, he pointed out the actual money, but everybody's goal is not centered around just money. It could be wealth. It could be setting something up for your kids. It could be retiring your parents. It could be um, doing something for the homeless. It could be whatever it is, right? And so he said, after you do this concentration, and you're fixing your mind on these things, he said basically the subconscious mind will hand over the plan through inspiration, right? So you'll start to receive different types of inspiration of how you can achieve this dream or achieve this goal. Um, but something that he said that was really good is treat it with respect and act upon it as soon as you receive it. Failure to do this will be this ain't even the right word. Auto correction be messing up. Failure to do this would be something to your success, fatal to your success. Okay. So for me, it stood out because I be having so many ideas going through my head that I do not act upon them at all. And then, my mind, I'm like, dang, I can't even remember what I was just thinking because I did not act upon it.
Yep.
As soon as I received it. So now it's gone. Gone in the wind. Gone in the wind. So that definitely was like, it hit home. Like, okay, I can't keep playing, right? I need to have a notepad and a pen next to me, like I always used to do. I always used to do that. But now I don't, got sidetracked. We got phones now. um, but yeah, I definitely need to get back into it for sure. For sure. And actually, we almost done. It's not a whole lot left. So Ty,
Honestly,
go ahead.
I wanted to tap in while you were saying that
Yep.
it's necessary to be able to put your thoughts to paper, because when you put them to paper, you put them in something like actually tangible.
Yep.
I really agree with that, and that resonates with me a lot, because even when I wanted to say, for those people who are more electronically driven, because that is a society that we're living in now.
Right.
There's a notepad in your phone, an application that generally comes free, whether you're an Android or iPhone user, and they also have voice memo. Sometimes I like to speak things that I know, like in that moment, that I'm not able to I know it sounds corny. I have a text thread to myself. And I know specifically in iPhones, you can send a voice message. And sometimes I send myself a voice message of either something that inspired me, or a business venture that seemed like that might be good for me. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there too, for everybody who's not a big writer. There are other ways that you can kind of still backtrack and kind of keep that, vital information close to you.
No, that's awesome, because I think too, if it's not like an app, I don't know how to say it. If it's not like one of your go-to apps, then people don't, they don't think about it. It's like, oh, the calculator. People don't use calculators no more. People don't look at the dates. Well, sometimes they do for business purposes. But some of those basic apps go to the wayside. So that's a great point. I do use my notes. That's what I'm looking at right now because when I read my books on Kindle, I go ahead, I just copy and paste them to my notes. But it still ain't nothing like that pen and paper. Like, that's my thing. But yes, thank you for that, Ty. And so going forward, after you're visualizing everything and you're acting upon, your inspirations and things like that, the author says it is natural to be skeptical, because we're human beings, right? However, because like I said, this is almost the end. I didn't have a whole lot to write because again, the author went back to chapter 2 and kind of going back and forth.
Okay.
But so basically,
Right.
Just throughout this whole life, we cannot be skeptical. We can no longer have self-doubt. If we're going to do something, we have to be fully committed. And it's just like with this book. He's definitely very straightforward. Like, look, either you're going to do this or you not. And I feel like if you get to this point in chapter 4, if you're not going to apply what he's going to give you, don't even finish the book. Don't even finish the book, because if you're not going to apply any of that to your goals, to your businesses, it's no point. And I think that's probably why I didn't finish, because I'm like, I ain't about to do this. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I ain't about to finish this. Like, I ain't about to do what he's talking about. But at this point in my life, I'm like, okay, I see what he's saying. I understand it now. I understand it a little bit better. So that honestly, if you're not gonna apply anything that he talked about in chapter 2 and chapter 3, don't even finish the book. Now, I see y'all in like a month or so. Don't even finish the book for real, for real. Because I'm gonna definitely. I wrote some stuff down last night, and I'm definitely gonna start doing my affirmations and stuff again. Um, I'm just not that vocal with myself as I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not.
That's okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I had to realize it because I'm like, dang. When I used to work at UPS in my car on the way home, girl, I used to talk to myself all the time. I used to talk to myself all the time. And now it's just like, nope, I'm just either I'm writing in silence or I'm playing some music. And that's it. Like, I don't know. So I'm definitely gonna start.
There's nothing wrong with you adapting to, like, some old behaviors. We have to release them.
True.
Because in order to adapt, or I guess adopt, I should say, but no, adapt and adopt. In order to just get to the point where you're in a forward motion, some things you cannot take with you. However, there are other things that we relinquish and we let go that we really shouldn't have. And I think that speaking positive to yourself is always one of those things that you should never let go of, because that's what your brain holds on to, is the last thing that you said. So albeit positive, then you'll be constantly in a receptive cognitive state of, positivity. If it's negative, then that's when depression sets in. Goals don't get set, so on and so forth. So I agree with you.
Yes. I was in a Clubhouse room maybe last month or so. And one of the girls I follow, she was talking about journaling. And I never got in on the discussion, but like I used to, like, you already know, Ty, we used to write when we was, in church and all that. Like we was, talking about writing books, and I ain't wrote nothing in so long. Let me say that. I used to love to journal. I remember I started out with journals with the lock on it, nice little funky pens and whatever. And I don't write no more. I don't write at all. And I'm like, I wonder why I stopped. But as I got older, I realized I only wrote about bad stuff. That's crazy. I don't know.
That was your
my outlet.
That was your and it was necessary at that moment in your life to have that outlet, because if you didn't have it, it would have been internalized. And like I said, that negative self-deprecating type of energy that doesn't get you anywhere in life. And that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
So I think you did the right thing to use that. When I've been in therapy, that was one of the tools that was given to me to go back to writing and letting it out. Like, instead of internalizing it, because quite often that's what you end up doing. Whether you know it or not, you internalize it. And that's no way to really live. It's a way to live, but it's like I said, it can be very depressing and lead to negative things. So that was a great coping mechanism, and I think it was necessary for that point in your life. However, look at journaling as not necessarily an outlet for negativity. Now it can be used for your business and creative measures, and I think That's a positive spin on it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I need to get back to it because sometimes I be having, like we already talked about it. I be having ideas for the business, and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna remember that. And 5 minutes later, I don't. I'm like, fuck. I be sitting there looking crazy because I ain't, take advantage of that time. So I'm gonna definitely try to get back into it though, because I did enjoy it. And you know what else I miss? That's kind of not even related. Back in the day when we could just, hear a new song, we liked it, we wrote down the lyrics and stuff. I miss that. I miss just listening to new music and, I don't know. I've been on my music tip lately. Anywho, I'm just rambling now.
Music is always a good, no, you're not.
I am.
Everything is connected to it, but no, you're not, because that is a part of the creative process. That is a part of us finding what works for us to get to a point of, like he said, a place where we're focusing on the things that can serve us. That is connected. That's a part of having peace. You can't get to your creative realm or be your best business person if you're living in a state of chaos, or if you're unnerved or unhinged or disturbed. So if music is an outlet for you to be able to get to that place, it's wonderful that you're sharing that with people, because music is a language in and of itself.
Yes, it
like
is.
I said, everybody's not good at writing, yo.
Uh-huh.
So it's good that you're telling people and sharing with them, like, music is something that works for me. When I'm trying to channel myself to get to have a sense of focus or a sense of purpose, I can listen to this type of song or this type of music. And the positive affirmations, those are so essential. It's spooky.
Yes,
because when you don't speak those good things, and like you said, believe them. So I've been purposing myself to speak intentionally, to say positive energy, positive exchanges flow into my frequency. Abundance and prosperity is mine. My time is now. And like when I say it with assertiveness and dominance, I do believe it. So that is a part of, taking some of the information that he's given and bringing it back into your life. And I think when you said, okay, I'll look at them in the morning, that's setting the tone for your day.
Right. True. And then too, I think when it comes to the affirmations, being very clear, being specific. That's like when it comes to writing, period, especially for school, I was never really clear. You know what I'm saying? Like that was one of my biggest flaws, like being clear in what you're writing. And so I have to think about that too. I'm like, oh yeah, I just want this, or I want to be wealthy, but what does that look like to me? You know what I'm saying? And I have to.
What is success to you?
Yes, I have to be very clear, very concise, very specific, like down to every detail, because it's like your plan almost, So that's something I definitely have to work on. Definitely.
I have a question that ties back into the literature that you were speaking of earlier. Do you believe a mission statement will be effective to use as one of the tools that he's saying, instead of like, hey, don't be playing out here wasting your time. If you're not going to do this, then don't go to the other chapter. Like, I get it. Yeah. So do you think a mission statement or a focus statement could potentially be like, of assistance in, getting to that result? Or no, is that not really on the lines of what he's trying to get us to?
I mean, yes, I can see it for your business, because your personal space and your businesses are they're the same because they're part of you, but they're also different. So you can definitely have a mission statement for your business, and have, like, when you get your employees, like, look, this is what we go by. Like, I will offer great customer service. We will meet our clients' needs. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then, but again, you got to be real clear, real concise, and be specific. What does that look like? What does that look like for your business? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my light's going off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So what you out? You almost to your destination. I heard your car.
You are very funny. Yes, I had to run around the corner to take care of some business.
I got you. I'm just making sure. I'm just trying to see when you know what I'm saying, about the peace out. That's all. I ain't tripping.
No, I am. I'm pulling up to my destination. However,
Cool.
I was, waiting for the outro, so I wasn't gonna just,
Oh no, baby, I got you. I don't even worry about that. I got you. Let me just say I appreciate you, Ty, always. I hope that on a replay they can hear our conversation back and forth. Yeah, for sure. I really appreciate you. So you be safe, you be careful, and holler at me tomorrow. I'm gonna send you a picture too of my hair if it's cute. And if it's ugly, I'm gonna send a picture to you. So whatever. But
absolutely.
all
I
right.
love you too.
Love
It's
you.
always a pleasure.
Appreciate, baby. Love you.
Love you too.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye-bye.